YouTube, what's going on? Mark here. Happy Sunday night to all, and happy early birthday, Ricky Craven, 32nd birthday to my girlfriend, Julie Alessandro. So, therefore, she'll be Ricky Craven, 32 years of age in 2 days. So, I wanted to send a happy early birthday to her, and I will get to next week's plans for next race towards the end of the video in terms of what I'm going to do and what my plans are. But we've got a Banquet 400 at Kansas Speedway to talk about. So therefore, it was a complete night and day difference from that that stinker Sharpie Snooze Fest 500 at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And let me tell you, that was some exciting shit to watch. That was some really exciting shit to watch. I mean, a wreck on the first lap. I mean, look away, Blue Jimmy 48 fan. As a Ty Dillon fan myself, I apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart for my driver taking yours out, even though truthfully that was not his fault and wasn't Jimmy's fault either, obviously, but it was just a racing incident. Shit happened, and so, therefore, but that's how you knew that it was going to be one of those races. It wasn't a total wreck fest by any means, no, but it still had a good chunk of fair share of crashes for sure. I mean, you had three of my drivers shit the bed today, while three of my, how many drivers did I have in there? Half of my drivers shit the bed today. You had, almost said Corey LaJoy. Oh, come on. Justin Haley. Justin Haley had, we thought it was a mechanical failure, but he misjudged his spotter's call and just darted hard left and set Nemechek on two wheels, and somehow the crew repaired that car properly. The right front fender, that was all damaged. He got his lap back. It was a 30th place finish. Not good, but at least he got to finish on the lead lap. And then Hemrick found contact with the wall and probably cut a tire down, spun, got his lap back, and salvaged a solid finish. And of course we know, well, Ty got his car fixed and got back up there and got a solid finish. But he's going full time to back to Winston Cup next season, which I'll have a separate video on that later on in the week, along with this whole shebang like Ricky Martin with the whole Spurs great jersey number retirement thing. But man, but the other three, kind of stayed out of trouble. Noah was kind of knocking on the door of a good finish, but couldn't get over the hump. I mean, Austin was right in the thick of it, but how about Zane Smith? He legit got himself up there in the front. He legit stayed there, ran up there on speed, straight up, no strategy or no bullshit, and he finished in the top 10. I just love how Zane's rookie season started off horribly, but then by the summer stretch, from ever since the summer stretch, he's completely turned it around. So this is a really good audition for him to find a Winston Cup ride for his sophomore year of NASCAR NASCAR Winston Cup competition for 2025. I'm fingers crossed that he gets to go to front row. That way he could be teammates with Noah when Noah goes there next year after Stuart Haas closes down. So I can have two of my favorites on the same team, and I can become also a big front row fan too, just because of Noah and Zane. But we know Noah's going there, but we don't know about Zane. And I'm hoping Hemrick can find a ride and stay in Winston Cup somehow, some way next year. Because even if it goes back to Busch Grand National, that's fine too. I'll have more details on that, in the separate video later on in the week. But man, kudos to Zane Smith, and I'm looking forward to next weekend, which I'll save that for last. But anyway, that was Kyle Busch's race to win towards the end. He and Ross Chastain were going to have a good battle and duke it out when Byron and Logano had to come into the pits. And Chase Briscoe, I get it, buddy. You wanted to stay on the lead lap, which you did, which is good for you, I guess. And I like it and everything because I'm friends with your wife, Marissa, because of my positive encounter experience with her at MIS in August 2022 in the pits. But dude, that was not cool. I can see why a lot of people were upset about that, whether they're a Kyle Busch fan or not. That was not cool the way he tried to stay on the lead lap, which and that cost Kyle in the end, and we had to settle for like a top 15, top 20, I believe, something like that. But he was well on his snapping that losing drought, but Man, it has to wait another week. 51 races since he last won a Winston Cup race. And this almost happened in 2020, but yeah, he barely squeaked out a win in the 72 hours at Texas back in the last legs of the COVID year, right before the vaccines came out. I mean, I was gonna watch that race, but then since it ran until Tuesday to I think was it Monday, Tuesday. Did it run till Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't fucking remember. I was gonna watch it, Monday and Tuesday night or Tuesday night, but I think it went to Wednesday if I'm not mistaken. So I couldn't watch it because I get shows to focus on, the Goldbergs, American Housewives, so I couldn't do both. But it sure as hell didn't feel like a race day by then, if we all remember that. But I mean, I was starting slowly but surely starting my YouTube comeback that eventually went into full swing February 2021, a week before my Kurt Schumberdine 27th birthday. But that's neither here or there. But Zayn got himself back up there in well, no, not Zayn. I'm getting a push notification from Mama Kerr, my number one girl best friend, Brindley Kerr. She's Mama, so shout out to Mama Kerr. Let's get her to start uploading some YouTube videos on her channel. So let's see. Ha! Laughing emoji. I get it. I love you, Tasty and Brindley. I mean, oh man. But anyway, back to the video. Austin was knocking on the door of the top 10, but never could get over the hump. Never get over the hump and had to settle for like a 12th place finish, which I'll take it, I guess. Unfortunately, unless Zayn moved up further in the order, which he didn't have a car fast enough to, it was only going to be one in the top 10, the 71 or the 3. And Hemrick did a nice job recovering from that. But I'm telling you, that Petty Enterprises crew with Nemechek has some work to do, and so does his teammate Eric Jones. And Jimmy, I get you're trying to come back and, try to be the only Winston Cup driver that's still driving even part-time. And as much as I kind of couldn't stand you when you were in your winning years, I did appreciate you and started to appreciate you in your final year. Not your final year, like 2017, after that Pocono wreck. Well, not when the Pocono wreck happened, because little did we know that MBNA Platinum 400 at Dover, that should have been Ty Dillon's first win, ironically, was going to be our last ever Winston Cup win. I began to appreciate him, when at the Brickyard 400 when he tried to win the race with the blown engine, which I never seen anybody do that before in my 16 years watching NASCAR. That was the first time I saw someone try to win a race with the blown engine, let alone a crown jewel. That was impressive. I mean, too bad, he ended up wrecking the son of a bitch. But yeah, that's when I began to appreciate Jimmy. But he's tarnishing his legacy with this struggling like hell in this next gen as a part-time driver and co-owner of Petty Enterprises, where he changed it to Legacy Motor Club. As much as I love that team and I appreciate Jimmy for wanting to stick around, I fucking hate that name. So, but yeah, I think he should just hang it up already to avoid tarnishing his legacy, even further in order to year. He had a storybook ending, had the proper ending at the Chuck Auto Parts 500 in 2020 when Chase Elliott won the championship the day Alex Trebek died, and that I'm never going to get over that, ever. And I think he just ruined it, just coming back and the next gen is just running as poor as he has. That's just my opinion, and speaking for myself, I don't know how the rest of you feel, Jimmy fan or not, Hendrick fan or not, but maybe if you feel otherwise, then maybe I'm in the minority. Who knows at this point, but there was a lot that happened today. Austin Cindric ran into trouble. So I think he finished 30 something, 4 laps down. I mean, oh my God, I want to say something about next week, but I can't yet. And, green flag pit stops were at the end. Willie B, we saw green flag pit stops towards the end, and, Willie B had a shot to steal the win right there. He got really close, but not close enough. I mean, he should have Carl Edwards the damn thing. And like Edwards did in the same race in 2008, even if it means he was going to hit the wall and fail, and you give it right back to, Chastain. So also congratulations, Chastain, the Melon Man, Croucher Doom, Dave Allen Baker, and Vince Brent, who mainly a Denny fan, but he's also a Ross Chastain fan. That's his second favorite driver. As we all know, he was embracing the villain role in 2022 when Chastain was making all those people mad like it was Thunder 04 with the stupid ass rival system, aka grudges and alliances. If y'all remember that, or still you those on YouTube who still play that game on on the PS2 emulator with the mods. But man, really, I know if he tried the video game movie, he was gonna fail. But at least it would. I really wouldn't give a shit if he failed. That's what I thought he was going to do. I actually thought he was going to do that, and that's what I think he should have done. Or he could have Carl Edwards 2005 Cracker Barrel 500 it. He had the run, but if he would have gotten the outside like Carl in the Cracker Barrel 500 in '05 when the Spurs played the Pistons that day and Duncan got it seriously injured 2 minutes into the game and the Spurs lost 110 to 101 and Duncan did not come back to the season finale and then Nesterovic went down with an injury at that same game Duncan came back. Well, that's what I think Byron should have done. Go to the outside and try to pass him. He probably would have had him there, but I don't think he was thinking about outside. He just wanted to think about inside. Because not every driver thinks the same when the situation where they have a shot to steal the win in the last corner of the last lap. And it goes to show you everybody's different and not only has their own personal preferences, but it has different ways they think about stuff and think about different things at different times. So that was a fun race. That was so exciting. I don't know if I'm going to fit all the details in here of what we saw. I mean, we saw a lot of competitive racing throughout the field, 3, 2, 3, and 4, even 5-wide racing. People were making YOLO moves on restarts, going down into turn 1, going as far as the apron. I know there was a 5-wide pass. I think Zane had a 5-wide pass. Zane is getting pretty notorious for this. I mean, at Watkins Glen, he made a 4-wide pass to get a good finish in the S's and made it through the carnage. That's why I thought he seriously had a shot at his first win. I think if Zane or Denny or whoever, somebody was 5-wide on the apron, their left side tires were almost touching the grass. We've done that before in Live and La Vida Lab Rats in the fan fiction on NASCAR Thunder 2002, a more realistic version of the PS1 version. Where someone was playing with Schrader where we modded the game to make it still keep the same graphics and, but make sure the damage model was realistic and not crumpling the car like a box, when you hit the wall head on, you didn't go almost flying, flipping, airborne, and you would just do a realistic head-on crash or any kind of. The only time you would flip is if you would go backwards at 190 some miles an hour and to really really fast, but the roof has a chance to come up, and then you go airborne. We put a 43 car field in this version. We kind of modded the game in a fictional way in La Vida Lab Rats. We put Earnhardt in the senior in the game, where I think we put Kevin Harvick in the 30 for that game, which is how it was supposed to be in real life. And we put all the field fillers that who when they had 50 plus cars attempt to qualify for a race, and even someone someone has to would have to miss the field, which and included full-time drivers that didn't have enough OTA points or didn't have enough provisionals, let alone any provisionals left to fall back on, stuff like that, or just didn't have any OTA points from the 2000 season, from the previous season, stuff like that. Well, I remember there was an 8-player. We did NASCAR Thunder 2002 in a La Vida Lab Rats episode in the fanfic in early 2017, where a few of my friends were playing the game at MIS, and I know two were racing for the win with Earnhardt Sr. and Terry Levante, while further back in the field, somebody was playing with Ken Schrader and had their left side tires in the grass because they were making a 5-wide pass for a mid-pack position. So that's exactly what, it looked like when they were making 4 and 5-wide passes on the apron, and then to the right, they got their left side tires in the grass, and the grass wasn't even slowing them down like it would in the games. It was just keeping the speed the same, they were running on the pavement, which is amazing. And it's a miracle it didn't cause a big wreck. I mean, Justin Haley, I'm glad that he owned up to it and, owned up to his mistake. But I even said it aloud, I'm glad you apologized and held yourself accountable to your spotter and your team. But as a Nemechek fan, I was kind of miffed. I was like, why, how would you fucking apologize to us, to the 42 camp, for fucking up our right front fender? But it looked like an apology was required because we somehow fixed that fender, maintained like our speed, and got back on the lead lap and just had to settle for 30th. But hey, Nemechek's gonna get that first win soon. I hope he can stay in this 42 car next year, because in a 3-year time span, they went from three of my favorite drivers, Ty Dillon, Noah Gragson. Don't even remind me as a Gragson fan, the rookie season from hell when I took the year off, and I'm glad I did, because Austin had a terrible season too, and so did Ty in that 77 Spire car. And now we went to Nemechek, and it's funny how Spire went from Ty Dillon in 2023 to Carson Hocevar, and Hocevar has done a hell of a lot better. But maybe Ty can, well, I'll have more details on that in this video this week, but that was fun to watch. I mean, there was a little bit of chase drama. I mean, Christopher Bell hit the wall, and got recovered somehow. Alex Bowman did very, really well, He's probably the only chase driver that didn't have any issues in the round of 16, which is very impressive. My father's driver, Daniel Suarez, had a decent day. Oh, yeah, by the way, the Crouch of Doom and my dad are teammates, because we all know the Crouch of Doom is a Ross Chastain fan. Like, as he admitted in the summertime, he picked his new driver after Harvick, and before that, Kenseth retired. Now, my dad's a Suarez fan, so next time I go see the Crouch of Doom, I'm going to congratulate him on the win and say, hey, did you know that you and my dad are teammates? Because he's a Suarez fan, and Chastain is his teammate, so you and my dad technically are teammates, so you guys can share notes with each other, even though the actual drivers won't do that, because there was a lot of talk about drivers not wanting to share notes with anyone, not even the teammates, because that wouldn't be fair, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so Chastain, we had two non-chasers win 2 chase races. Buescher at the series at the Glen, Chastain today. Maybe that's a sign that the playoffs, I wouldn't say I don't mind the chase / playoffs. That's no problem. Maybe it goes a sign that the chase format they have winning your in is fucking broken and a bunch of bullshit. So and the format is garbage too. So if there was no Harrison Burton in the chase, or Austin Cindric. Nothing to knock against how well Austin Cindric did in the first round, but if someone like, Chastain or Buescher was in the chase rather than Burton and Cindric, then they would have locked themselves into the round of, Buescher would have been in this round already. Chastain would have locked himself in the round of 8, but hey, unfortunately, we can't have nice things, unfortunately, so I predicted we get non-chasers winning chase races, but this is not what I fucking meant, where it was 2 non-chasers that didn't even make the chase that should have been in there. So I have this feeling, now we get to talk about next week's in the video. Guess what's next week?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, it's in the game. So, oh my God, yeah, I can't wait for that shit. I mean, something tells me we're going to get a stupid... You thought we were going to get a stupid winner at Watkins Glen, which shockingly we did with all the chaos that happened there. Well, something tells me next weekend for the EA Sports 500, we are going to get a stupid winner. And that's what I want to come in and talk about next week. So next week, in 2 days, will be my girlfriend's Ricky Craven 32nd birthday. Her staff wanted me to come to one of our Halloween-themed birthday party. I don't know when that is, but as long as it's not on October 6th, I'm happy, because that's when I want to invite her over to watch the EA Sports 500, since we didn't get to watch MIS together since, rain impacted the race. Not here at home, but at the track. But I intentionally picked Talladega as our redemption arc to watch NASCAR together, because it's a restrictor plate race, and I want to make my girlfriend laugh, That way she can see and hear what her boyfriend really sounds like when he's watching NASCAR, especially at a restrictor plate race where it's like, notorious for big crashes, 20-car pile-ups, cars going airborne, side over side, end over end, blowing over, into the catch fence, you name it. Or, getting a surprise winner, whether it be a first-time winner, someone who hasn't won in a long time, or just, generally speaking, a stupid winner. or people who have who usually don't run up front every week on non-plate tracks, who usually don't have any business being up front, actually getting to run up front and finish there, because all the weekly contenders that normally compete every week on non-plate tracks are in the garage all DNF from crashes or mechanical issues. So I want my girlfriend to witness the craziness of a plate race. So that's why I'm inviting her over to EA Sports 500 next weekend. And if she's able to make it, whether she stays for the whole race or not, it's going to be a fun time. So I'll see you later this week for the videos addressing Ty Dillon's return to Winston Cup in 2025 with colleague, and this whole shebang like Ricky Martin. What about the whole Spurs great jersey number retirement? So congratulations once again to Ross Chastain for playing spoiler as a non-chaser and winning the Banquet 400 at Kansas Speedway. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. I will see you all for the next video, whenever that may be. And slightly different outro tonight than usual, because guess what next week is?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hell yeah, can't wait. See you all then.